Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner, and this is my review for episode 10 of Power, season 4. Today was the season finale. It was a really good episode. Kind of pissed off that the season is over. You know, a quick 10 episodes. I think last season it was 13 episodes. So, yeah. Plus, I'm going to miss, reviewing this particular show. This is my most popular review, honestly, it is. So that part I'll miss too, but hopefully you guys will check in to some of my other reviews for other TV shows that I do. But, however, let's get into this Power review. It was a really good episode. I had basically avoided all spoilers until the little break in between. Was a friend of mine posted something about Power, and then someone else posted a bit of a spoiler from today's episode. So that did piss me off. Wait, hold on. Sorry about that. So yeah, someone did post a bit of a spoiler for today's episode. I won't say yet what it was, but I mean the spoiler that they posted, I see like a little bit of a part that they said, and I'm like, God damn it! I think they mean this is something that's gonna happen, and it did. But it still didn't like ruin it for me because, I mean, whatever. So the episode does start off with Tariq, and he's being questioned by the police after Raina's murder. And of course he looks in the daze a little bit, and they're just saying, do you know who did it? Was anyone after you? Was anyone after your sister? And he's like, no, everyone loved me. No one had anything against her. I have no idea what's going on. So the cop kept on saying, you can tell us, what's going on, what happened. And he's like, I don't know. We see that Ghost and Tasha is also there because the shot was just Tariq. So you didn't see Tasha on one side and Ghost on the other. And, Ghost is like, look, he said he didn't see anything, can we go home? And the cop was still like, no, we just have a couple more questions. And they kept just asking him the same thing if he knew anything. Like, you can tell us you didn't see anybody come out, after your sister. And he's like, no. Are you sure? He's like, don't you think I would tell you if I knew? I want to find her killer too. I want to find out who did it. I want to find him. If I didn't say anything, if I said something, I would say something. So they're like, okay, fine. You guys can leave. You can go home. Ghost and Tariq stands up, and then Tasha is talking to the cop, and she's like, I can't leave her here. I can't leave her. And then the cop is like, the coroner will release her body, but you can take her belongings. And they give her like a bag with her stuff. And, they go home and everything. They leave the police station. I was still like, Tariq ass still lying saying he didn't see anything. But, of course, I know they're not going to tell the police nothing because they don't use the police for nothing. You know what I'm saying? They don't use the police when Raina get killed. They don't use the police when Tariq was possibly kidnapped. They don't use the police for nothing at all. So while it was frustrating seeing Tariq still lie, I got why he was lying. So the next thing that we see is Tommy, and he's with his, I don't know if the guy is his uncle or which is his father's friend, but it's the same guy who he took the money to. And he's like, sorry I was an asshole to you before. He's like, oh, it's no problem, whatever, we family. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if he's Tommy's uncle. I can't remember if they said that guy was family or not. But he's with him going to meet his family. Because if you remember from the last episode, he told his dad, I want to meet, the rest of our family. So as they're walking into like this restaurant, we see Kanan. He pulls up. And I'm like, Kanan, who the fuck where you come from? How did you even find Tommy? Where the fuck did you come from, bruh? Tommy tells his family, hold on, it's cool, I know him. They like, this ain't got nothing to do with y'all. I want to talk to Tommy. So Tommy like, it's cool. Go ahead in here. I want to talk to him. It's cool. So we like, what you doing here, Kanan? I thought, you were gone or whatever. Ghost said after you saved Tariq that, our business was done. Well, I thought so until this. He walks Tommy to his trunk. And he pops his trunk. And it's two bodies. It's the two guys who tried to kill him. And Tommy like, what the fuck, Kanan? What is this? She's like, you sent them after me? And he was like, I didn't know you were here. I told you, I thought you were out of town. So why would I send someone to welcome you if I didn't know you were here? And he was like, well, I don't know what's going on. He's like, look, we told you after you save Tariq. Me and you ain't got no beef. We good. I wouldn't send anybody after you. You know, with me and Ghost, we all cool. He said, plus, look at those guys. Those aren't my guys. You know, those are Cristobal's guys. You know, him and Dre is tight. And Kanan like, Dre must have sent them. You know, okay, I gotta get Dre. You know, I need to leave town, get some backup. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna get that motherfucker. And then Tommy like, you know what? Let me go inside and have a conversation. I might have that backup for you, but also you have to leave to go out of town. As he's saying that his phone is going off, it's Ghost calling. He ignores the call. And, you know, Kanan's like, y'all still beefing? He like, what? Yeah, whatever. So Kanan like, you know, y'all really need, you know, marriage counseling. So he like, man, whatever. I'll talk to you later, whatever. So as he is going into the restaurant or whatever, Ghost texts him and say 911 is Raina. And I'm like, oh, so his face looks shook because, you know, Tommy is Tariq and Raina's godfather. So of course he's like, what the fuck? The next thing we see. Now wait, backtrack. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know, y'all been watching my reviews this whole season, know how much I do not like Kanan. Simply because I don't fucking like 50 Cent. I wasn't mad with Kanan popping up on popping up on Tommy like that. He didn't aggravate me as much as he had in prior seasons. I don't know if it's because he's not out to get Ghost anymore, if that's the reason why I don't hate him as much. I still don't like 50 Cent. Okay, let's make that clear. I still don't like 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? But I'm watching this show. I'm a fucking hypocrite. But no, I don't like 50 Cent. I just think he makes interesting shows though. And it's not even really his show. So whatever. But yeah, but again, I'm just saying how the Kanan character is shifting for me. You know what I'm saying? Because before it was all kill Ghost. Ghost ain't shit. I hate Ghost. Ghost is a piece of shit. Let me turn Ghost kid against me. You know, all this stuff. And I didn't like that. So for that reason, you know what I'm saying, I didn't like Kanan's character. Since that's not his main focus, I hate him, you know what I'm saying, about 5% less. So I thought I would mention that. So yeah, the next thing that we see after the whole that scene is Ghost, Ghost, Tasha, and Tariq is in the car pulling into their building. And Tariq is about to get out the car, and Tasha's like, wait, Reek, you know, I understand why you didn't tell the police anything, but if you know something, you know, you have to tell us. We know we tell you all the time, don't talk about family business to anyone, but if you know who killed Raina, you have to tell us. And he's like, Mom, I told you everything I know. I don't know nothing else. And then, you know, he gets out the car. As he's getting out the car, Tasha kind of watches him walk away, and then she says, he's lying. You know, he's lying. And you can't even tell because he's lying just like you do. Which means he's lying so good that you don't even see it because it's the same thing that you do or you did or that you are. You're a fucking liar. Ghost can't see it. He really can't because he says he's not lying. Yes, the fuck he is, Ghost. Ghost, you used to be so... And my thing with Ghost is, I don't know if they're trying to make his character not be as keen and on top of shit how he was in season 1 and like season 2. A lot of shit is getting past him, and for me it kind of doesn't go with who the character was. The character in season 1 was always on point, always knew what was going on, always was kind of one step ahead of the other, if not one step ahead, at least. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't always behind, he wasn't always like the last to know something or the last to figure stuff out. I feel like this season his character is different. I don't know if it's bad writing. I don't know if they're trying to show his character isn't perfect. If they're trying to show his character... I guess they're trying to show that his character can't always come out on top. And I respect it. I get that because you don't want the stories to get boring. But I'm hoping he can just get back to at least not being a complete person who's in the dark about everything and is consistently getting himself into binds that don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Or that he should see shit because he's a smart dude. You know what I'm saying? Anywho, so, you know, he's like, you know, he's not lying. You know, he doesn't know who did it because it was a professional hit. He didn't see anything. And she's like, what? Why would a hitman kill our daughter? And then he's like, it was the Jimenez cartel, you know. She's like, why would they do it? And, Tommy told me, that they were after us. I didn't believe him. I thought he was tripping, because the whole real estate deal that I had, a corner that we were trying to rebuild on, belonged to the local. So I went to the Jimenez, made this deal, blah, 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 all this stuff that in his head, he thinks this is the reason, not knowing you are completely fucking wrong. But for him, it makes sense based on the timing. Because again, Ghost and them has no idea that Tariq was out there breaking into people's houses, that he was hanging out with the other riffraff. They don't know that. They think he was just hanging out with Kanan and that's it. So they had no reason to think that anyone was after Tariq. Or Raina for that matter. So he's thinking, okay, the Jimenez went after one of my kids because of these reasons. So Tasha, of course, is pissed off. It's your fucking fault. You put our family back in this predicament. Why would you do this? I can't believe you would do this. Our daughter is dead. He's like, I know. And I'm like, go ahead, Ghost. It reminded me of the time when he was talking to Sean, and he was telling Sean to go, and Sean won't leave. He was like, go! Yes, Ghost. He can get them yelling rolls on. So, and she's like, it's your fault that our daughter is dead. I can't believe she's dead, He's like, I know. I'll take care of it. And she's like, you can't fucking take care of it because you can't fix this. She's gone. And he's kind of distraught. She's like, I carried her. She was flesh of my flesh. She was blood of my blood. She was a part of me. A piece of me is gone. And he's like, I won't rest until the person who killed our daughter is dead. And she's like, good. Don't get killed doing it, and don't get caught, because we have two other kids we have to take care of. I'm like, go ahead, Tasha. Tell your husband or ex, they didn't get divorced. Tell your husband to go kill the people who killed your kids, and y'all got a family to take care of. Let him know what he needs to do. Don't be like, no, don't do nothing. Let's call the police. No, you go murder some goddamn people. Let their asses die and burn in hell, is what she was trying to say. So, they get home. Tariq walks in first, Tasha and Ghost walk in with him, and it's a whole bunch of people there. And I'm like, I ain't never seen them even have people at their house. Keisha's there. It is just people. People who I don't know who the fuck they is. But, when a person dies in the family, when you go home, it's always people there. It's a weird thing because you see Ghost and Tasha kind of look at each other. And I think within them both, seeing the family, Raina isn't there. Raina isn't with them. They know what's going on. I think they both feel a little bit guilty. Because if you think about it, Ghost was at that dang on ball thing getting honored. Tasha was somewhere fucking with Silver. They both were doing other things besides being a parent when their daughter was murdered. So I think for them, they both feel a guilt that they weren't even there for her when it happened. So Tasha kind of motions for Ghost, to go, whatever. She touches his arm and says, okay. And he goes into the room. And what does Ghost do? Ghost put on his goddamn killing clothes. Y'all know the kind of clothes Ghost when he go kill people. The same clothes he went when he went and tried to kill, Knox, when he tried to kill them. His sleuthing clothes. It's always like some jogging pants, some gym shoes, a dang on vest. He packed a whole little bag. And saying, I call that his killing clothes and his killing bag. When Ghost packed that stuff and we put them kind of clothes on, that's what he going to do. So we see that happening. He, pulls out of the pocket the whole man of the year thing. He bought it up because he's pissed. He's frustrated. His daughter is dead. You know what I'm saying? So it's that whole little realization that I was so focused on trying to be this upstanding pillar of the community person and leave this street life alone, and now the whole street life has murdered my daughter. So it was just a realization of what he was trying to let go, but you can't really ever get out the street life when you're still a little bit kind of sort of in it. So he puts on his killing clothes, he got his killing bag, and he goes to leave the apartment. And he just walks to the elevator, and he looks like Ghost. James St. Patrick and Ghost has two different looks. If you don't know that, then you're not a real power watcher. He gets on the elevator, and he looks like Ghost. He looks Tasha dead in her face, and he just does this. She's like, okay. And, because it's about to go down. So he goes downstairs. He sees Tommy sitting outside. But guess who else is outside? Angela monkey ass. Now, I don't know. No, I skipped the whole scene and got to that part. Angela is at work. She's talking to her new team. So everyone is at the table. She's the new head of the whatever. She took Sandoval's job. So she's just going over, this is a new era. We're going to follow things by the book. Everything that happened in the past is in the past. We're going to leave it at that. She passes out files to everybody. Like that. This is our new case. And then Mark is like, this is my old case. And she's like, yep, and if you're lucky, I'll give it back to you. I'm like, okay, Angela, play your dumb son on that man. To me, it looks like they're after the Jimenez cartel solely because the case was about, we raided the house, we found all these drugs and this money, drugs and guns. She's like, we found this one particular gun that it looks special. It looks like someone keeps cleaning it or fixing it to make sure that they can keep killing people and that it can't be traced back to them. And it looks just like the gun the guy Jimenez cartel dude used to kill that girl and that guy and kept that baby alive. That golden gun that's what it looks like. So as they're talking about that, Sax walks in late and she's like, welcome, thanks for coming or whatever she said about him being late. He's like, I'm sorry, I was, caught up with the news story about St. Patrick. And she's like, James St. Patrick is no longer a part of this task force. We don't discuss him anymore at all. And then her boss, the black lady, was like, yeah, we don't, he's done. And he was like, oh, okay. But it wasn't James St. Patrick. It's his daughter, Raina. She was shot and murdered today. And he says it. Then he says, so what else were you saying, Angela? And everyone looks at her to see how she's going to react about hearing this news. And she pauses for a quick second, and then she does get back on task to talking about the gun stuff or whatever. They then go to a scene of her in her office, and she's now reading up on the story and everything. And Sax walks into her office. Sax said when they got fired before, after James's trial, that he was going to get James regardless. And after he get James, he was going to get Angela. I guess he's on that tip because he comes to Angela's office and he's saying, I almost thought James was innocent, but clearly he's not. And she's like, what are you talking about? He's like, well, because if he was so innocent and no one's child gets gunned down in that area if their parent isn't into something. So he's clearly into some things that we should go after him and check out stuff. We still have a tail on Tommy's car. We still can do this and this and this and this and this. And, if someone killed his daughter, he's going to probably go after them. So we should follow up on it. So he can't be innocent. Angela kind of just like, look, we're not going after him. We're done with that. Leave it alone. We're not going down that road again. And he's like, we're not or you're not. It's a whole difference. And she's like, whatever. And he was like, well, you know what? Whatever. Doesn't matter. It's your funeral. Well, no. Really his daughter's funeral. He's like, too soon. She's like, get out. So, yeah. They leave or whatever. So the next thing we do see is, Ghost goes downstairs and Angela's outside. She's like, James, I'm so sorry about Raina. Can I do anything? He was like, no. And he doesn't want Angela to see that Tommy's outside. So he's looking the opposite way of where Tommy is. And then she's like, do you know who did it? And he's like, no. And my thing is, bitch, you got a whole bunch of motherfucking nerve. Because what you did was, you first arrested me for a murder that I did not commit. I didn't do it. Then you tried to railroad me and kept saying that I did it. Took me through hell. Point blank period. You did a lot of things in Ghost. I'm not saying Ghost is innocent. But Angela, you have the balls to then go see this man. I don't care that you was honest and said that it was some malpractice or some bullshit on the prosecution side and you are the reason he got off. Stay the fuck away from James, Angela. Even when they show her at her new job, I was like, I really don't even care about Angela. I really just wish that character would go away solely because her being involved means it's going to always be some kind of case connected either to Ghost or Tasha or Tommy or someone within their organization. And that, to me, it's just aggravating. Y'all were after him the first time about drug stuff. Now y'all was after him about the murder of Knox. Now you're still interfering and stuff, and it's gonna be a whole nother goddamn murder investigation. Go on somewhere, Angela. Get the fuck on, Angela. Bye, bitch. Go the fuck away. So she's just like, if you know who did it, you should tell me. I could help bring them to justice. Bitch, don't nobody care about justice. And the thing is, you know what kind of person he is. You had them murder Sandoval. You can't play holier than thou now and say we can help bring that person to justice. You weren't saying that when Greg Knox was killed. Y'all wanted James dead. You wanted Sandoval dead. Now all of a sudden that James's daughter is the goddamn murder victim. Oh, the killer can be brought to justice. Bitch, please, go ahead on. Just go ahead on somewhere. James is like, look, I don't know nothing. I'm leaving. I need to bury my daughter. I'm trying to make funeral arrangements. And he's like, then she's like, well, what's in the bag? And he's like, it's a suit. First of all, I would say, bitch, why? Why are you here? Why are you questioning me? Get the fuck. I mean, I would have went off on her and made her just go the fuck away. But Ghost didn't. He was just stern with not answering her questions and giving her like one word answers. She's like, if you know who did it and you go after them, you get caught, you'll lose everything. He's like, I've already lost everything. Thanks for coming by, Angie. Bye. He kisses her he kisses her on the cheek, and then he walks away, even away from where Tommy is. And Angela gets in her car, she leaves. I need to drink some water. And he then comes back, circles back around, gets in the car with Tommy, and he's like, our whole life, everything we did was for these, it was for the kids. And he's like, I know. And Tommy gives Ghost a gun and a cell phone, because when Ghost left his apartment, he left his cell phone there. Why? Because you never want someone to be able to trace your phone. So he gives, him a clean phone, a gun, and they're like, let's go get him. And I'm like, yeah, come on now. Like Jay-Z and Beyonce, let's go get him. Can we do it? So from that scene, but again, the crazy part is, they're in Tommy's car. Tommy's car still has a dang on tracker on it. And for the life of me, with all this bullshit going on, how have none of y'all tried to make sure y'all cars didn't have a tracer on them? I mean, come on now. It's just stupid. So the next thing we see is Tariq, and he's calling Kanan. Basically asking Kanan if he knows where Ray Ray at. And he like, no, I ain't talking to Ray Ray in a minute. Why, what's up? He like, he owe me some money, and I just need to know where he at. So Kanan like, I ain't talked to him, but that's it. Tariq then says, if you hear from him, let me know so I can find him. And then Kanan like, okay, cool. We had that whole scene. We then see Ray Ray is at his cousin's house, the girl's house. And she's like, can I have my phone back? And he's like, no, not yet. And she's like, why? And he's like, well, Tariq didn't show up yesterday. I wasn't able to catch up with him. She's like, okay. He's like, but, I basically told her, I killed his sister. She kind of got in the way. She's like, what? You said he only owed you some money. Why would you kill his sister? And he's like, well, things got crazy and shit got hot. She ended up dead. Then he like, I might have to leave town. And she like, but if you leave, what I'm gonna do? I'm guessing he's taking care of her in some sort of way. I'm not sure. But yeah, she like, what's gonna happen to me? He like, look, shit hot right now. I might have to leave. So if they talk and you hear a knock, knock, knock at the door, and I'm like, God damn it, who at the door? You know what I'm saying? Who is it? If it ain't Ghost or Tommy, I don't care who it is. Guess who the fuck it is? Goddamn Angela, bitch. Look, every time Angela comes into anything, it's some bullshit. Sometimes she just be sticking her goddamn on nose in places it does not belong. And then for me, if your boss told you, we are out of the St. Patrick business, we are not dealing with anything to do with them, why are you going everywhere dealing with stuff? Like, why are you at Ghost's apartment? That's being involved with St. Patrick's. Why are you up here checking on Ray Ray? Because she was sent to Ray Ray, because he let her in. When she said, I'm AUA Valdez, she then asked him basically why he was questioning Tariq, why he was looking for Tariq. Like, I went to the school and found out that you were at the school looking for him, and I'm wondering why. And he's like, oh, well, there were a couple of break-ins in the area of people from his school, and he was a person who was at both of the break-ins. So she was like, and then he was like, and honestly, I think he's going down the wrong path. So I was trying to scare some sense into him. And then she was like, really? He's like, yeah. And then she's like, his sister was murdered last night. He's like, yeah, that's so sad. So we just had that whole scene, and that's really it. The next thing we see is Tommy and Ghost. They are now at the little garage of the Toro Locos with Uriel. And they kill the other two people there, and then they trying to talk to Uriel. So they like beat him up a little bit, shoot him a little bit, and they get a staple gun, and they staple his hands to the chair so he can't move. And Tommy and Ghost are just saying, why did you kill my daughter? Why did Hermanis Cartel set up to have my daughter killed? He's like, what are you talking about? I didn't, because then he said, it wasn't my idea to burn your warehouse. And they're like, we didn't hear about that. What the fuck are you talking about? Why would y'all kill my daughter? And then he was like, I didn't do that. The Hermanis Cartel doesn't kill children. And they're like, what? And he was like, yeah, that's against their rules. They don't kill children. She won't allow it, and he won't make a move without her. So they didn't do it. And then Ghost is like, he's shocked because he thought that's who did it. But he like, if they don't kill children, he couldn't have did it. And he's like, tell me you're not lying. So he's holding the staple gun to his head, like, tell me you're not lying. He's like, I'm not lying. He's like, look, I killed Julio. And they're like, what the fuck? What? And he's like, yeah, Dre set it up for me to kill Julio. It was me. And he's like, I promise you, I swear to God, we didn't kill your daughter. We didn't do it. So Tommy was like, Dre, why did he do this? And then what the fuck is goes to pow pow. He shoot Uriel in the head, so he killed Uriel. Tommy was like, what the fuck, Ghost? He was about to tell us stuff about Dre. And Ghost like, I don't give a fuck about Dre. Fuck Dre. I want to find out who killed my daughter. And then he's like, but I gotta go make arrangements for her funeral. So as he's leaving, Tommy's like, we're gonna find out who killed Raina, because he remembers that's what they're doing. They're not even worried about Dre or anything else. This is all about who killed Raina. The next thing we see is Silver walking into the apartment of Tasha and Ghost. And I'm like, Silver, you just as bad as Angela. I mean, you and Angela is a goddamn gonna double dynamic do-over bullshit of just loom and gloom and doom whenever the fuck y'all come onto the goddamn screen. He comes in and someone was talking to Tasha and was saying, maybe she's just in a better place, and that's just where she's supposed to be. I really hate when people try to console you during your time of need or time of loss, is what I'm going to say, and they say the stupidest shit. You know what I'm saying? If you tell somebody, oh, they're in a better place, let's say it's a week from now, okay, I get that. Don't come talking to me the day that someone passed away and say, oh, they're in a better place. I don't want to hear that right now. I don't, because it sounds insensitive. You know what I'm saying? Unless I say that shit first, don't say that shit to me. And, Sylvia then walks up to her and she's like, oh, let's go in here and talk privately. And where did she take him? Into the goddamn bedroom. First of all, there's no way on this goddamn earth that you should take your lawyer into the bedroom and have a secret conversation. You take them into any room except your bedroom. I'm just saying that I don't see how no one else noticed that she took him to the goddamn bedroom. So they go into a room and they're talking. Of course, he hugs like, I'm so sorry to hear this. It's so traumatic. I'll do whatever I can to help you find her killer. And she's like, okay. And it was I was listening to them talking, but I wasn't listening, but I was listening. And I just remember him saying, tell me how I can help. We can bring this person to justice. Let me know what I can do. And she's like, no, I can't tell you. I can't help you. And then he's like, look, I love you. I know this is strange. I do love you and I want to help you. And he's like, where's James? And she gotta look around like, he's not here. And he's like, where is he? And she's like, he's out making arrangements for the funeral. And then he's like, Tasha, there's a microscope on him. He can't do anything crazy. If anything crazy, if anything illegal is going on or is happening, he can't be involved. Let me help you. And she's like, I can't do this right now. I can't talk to you. You have to go. Bye. And she puts his ass out. She should not have never let that motherfucker in. So yeah. I need to drink water. Oh my god, my throat was so dry. That is crazy. So yeah, she put Silver out. The next thing that we see, Tommy has found Dre. He's parked across the street. He can see Dre, and he's about to pull up on him. What does he see? He see Dre talking to someone, and the someone is Ray Ray. So he's like, fuck. So he pulls off because of course, he knows he can't get him right now. So they go to the scene with Dre and Ray Ray talking, and Ray Ray is saying, you know, you ain't paid us in a minute. Where is the money? And he's like, I don't owe you shit. You know what I'm saying? Nah, you wildin'. Ray then says, well, you know, I'm an undercover cop. So all the conversations we've had have been recorded. You know, all the dirty deeds you've been talking about, you know, drugs, guns, whatever, all this stuff has been recorded. And if you don't pay me my money, I'm going to snitch on you. Now, see, my thing is, Dre, I hate Dre. I want Dre dead bad as hell. But Ray Ray ain't a snitch. You know what I'm saying? But I guess if he said he an undercover cop, he would just be saying he wouldn't be snitching per se. But no, because then they can implement you all kind of bullshit. Anywho, he uses his undercover cop role as a way to play people to give him money, give him whatever else. So he's like, you know, pay me or else. So Dre like, all right, you know, you can meet me here at this time and blah, blah, blah. He like, man, I ain't stupid. No, I'm going to text you an address and just be there at 6 o'clock. That's it. Have my money, whatever. I'll text you the location. So, yeah. The next thing we see is Tariq at the house making lean in the kitchen. I'm like, nobody else see his ass in the kitchen making lean? Y'all don't see that shit? It's just, you don't see it? So, and he's making it, and you can tell that he's high, okay? I mean, yes, he's high. And he's slowly walking through the kitchen, and people are just saying, oh my God, it's so sad, and I'm so sorry to hear this, I'm so sorry to do that. And just, again, saying dumb shit that people say to people when they lose someone. Like, someone, again, saying she's in a better place. Someone else saying, you know, I don't know what I would do if I lost a sister. Someone else saying, you know, yeah, I wouldn't know what I would do, especially if it was my twin sister. You see Lakeisha, she's still there, and she's looking at him like, you know, oh, it's oh so sad. Man, he looking through high-ass, lean-ass sunglasses, you know, eyeglasses. Meaning he's so high, he's seeing things through the lean. He goes to sit down, and he is sitting next to the third kid, who we never ever see. And she's like, when is Raina coming home? Is Raina coming home? And he's like, I don't know. You know, I don't know. And he's pissed off. He kind of gets up and he walks away. I'm like, at least we see the third little girl. But my thing is, how the whole family gonna be at the house, but Tasha mama not there? If Tasha mama always got the third baby, and the baby ain't even near enough for me to know her damn name. If Tasha mama always had the third baby, and the third baby's there, where is Tasha mama? If your grandchild is killed, why are you not on the show? I mean, y'all can't. I get if the actors who play her mama ain't the actors anymore. Y'all can't switch the roles and make somebody else be her mama. Where is her mom? So I kept thinking, all these people in the house, and her mom ain't there. So yeah, that was weird to me. Next we see Kanan, and he's with his new crew, and they're planning to, you know, of course, get at Dre, because Kanan knows Dre is who set him up, and so he's showing them who Dre is. You know, we're gonna get the money from him. We're gonna do this and this and this to him, and blah 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 blah. He show a picture of, like, it's a picture of Dre, Ghost, and Rashad walking or whatever. And he's like, you know, that's Dre. You know, that's Ghost. He's an old head who was, you know, this and this and this. You know what I'm saying? He deep in the game. And that's a councilman. So they like, did you Google him or something? He's like, nah, why? He's like, well, you know, his kid has got killed, got murdered. And Kanan was like, Tariq? And he was like, nah, the daughter, Raina. And then Kanan looks like, you know, the confused emoji. And then, yeah, the next scene we see is Tommy talking to a priest, you know, about Raina, how he felt like he felt her as a godfather, how he feel like, you know, he's like, I was so high up on doing cocaine and putting that shit up under my nose. I wasn't there for her. I could have been better for her. I could have saved her. I could have just been more aware of what was going on. And, you know, because I'm her godfather, I failed her. And, you know, the funny part was when he was talking to the priest guy, and I'm like, why the priest guy sound and look a little bit familiar? So then he's like, you know, that's my confession or whatever. You know, he's like, you know, how's everything going with Dre? I'm looking like, how they going with Dre? I'm like, that's the other premier dude. I'm like, I thought the other premier dude was like a regular white guy. He a goddamn gone priest. Really, priest? You giving cocaine to the congregation? You was a drug dealing priest? Jesus, Mary and Joseph. So he's like, oh, you know, we're gonna meet the new Connect today. And Tommy like, fuck, already? That motherfucker. And he's like, you know, he's the one who had Julio killed. And he was like, wait, what? He had Julio killed? And he was like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna fucking get him. I'm gonna get him back for it. So then he's like, oh my God, I can't believe he had Julio killed. And then Tommy phones ring. He like, I have to go. When Tommy phones ring, it's actually Kanan calling Tommy. And he's like, you know, what up, Kanan? Oh, of course I'm all in this for getting back at Dre. And then, you know, Kanan like, you know, that's cool, that's all fine, but I think I know who killed Raina. And Tommy's like, what the fuck? What? Who? And he was like, Ray Ray. You know, Ray Ray is a dirty cop from, I think he said Washington or whatever. And he hung out with Jukebox. That's who kidnapped or helped them. That's who was with us when we tried to kidnap Tariq or whatever. But Tariq called me looking for Ray Ray. So I'm thinking that must be who killed Ray Ray. So I'm like, okay, I gotta call Ghost. You know, cool, whatever. They end the whole conversation. The next thing we see is Ghost at a church, and Rashad and a pastor is walking up. Man, the pastor start going into, we want you to have, Rashad said how you don't have a church home. We want this to be your church home. We can even have the funeral here. We can have, this. It was a thing of the bells and whistles, just a whole a spectacle, basically. We can have it. The big doors open and have it on. It was just a lot of shit they was talking. It was just huge. You know what I'm saying? It was just a lot. And Ghost is like, don't you think that's a little bit too public? We've already been in the public eye too much, and we don't want to make this a spectacle. And the pastor's like, well, we want to do what's best for you. And he was kind of pushy, and he was selling it as like a media frenzy, attention seeking type of pastor. Just wanted like cameras on his church, is what it seemed like. And Ghost is like, I don't know about that. And the pastor walks away. Then Ghost and Rashad are having a conversation. And Ghost is like, what's up with this? Why is he trying to push this on us? He's like, well, yeah, he is trying to, make it a media moment. He's like, but we can spin it and make the story to be whatever we want it to be. And Ghost is like, I know what we are, but excuse my language, but right now, I don't give a fuck. You don't get it because you don't have kids. My daughter's dead. And he's like, look, I get that. But, if, I don't know why your daughter's dead. I don't know why she was murdered. But if it has anything to do with your past, we need to leave it there. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to have the funeral here. You're going, and he was like, what you mean? What you mean by that? And he was like, nothing. But, it's just, I don't know why she's dead. But we're going to have the funeral here. You're going to accept the pastor's help. I'm going to be standing up there with you side by side, as your brother. And that's that. And that's that. Do you understand me? And Ghost is like, I understand. Now, for me, I didn't like that simply because you don't even really know Ghost. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, brother to brother, bitch, I don't know you. You don't, and I'm a person where I don't like funeral spectacles. You know what I'm saying? I don't want anyone who don't know someone to be up there trying to be oh so supportive when you don't even, you're not trying to really be supportive. It's all a facade. I don't like that. If he would have said, I'm gonna be here, in the pew with you, okay, I'll give you that. But if I'm up there on that stage talking, if I'm grieving for my daughter, I don't need you up there next to me in front of the cameras making it a goddamn spectacle. But for whatever reason, Ghost said okay. So we're going to leave that at that. And he also said, and you going to let the cops handle everything. Meaning, don't you go trying to do shit on your own based on stuff you used to do back in the day. And that's when he said, do you understand me? I left that part out because I'm talking without looking at my notes. The next thing we see, Tommy kicking the goddamn door. Look like, kicking the door, waving the 4-4. All of it was popping on him. I'm all into my rap stuff. So yeah, Tommy kicking the door of Ray Ray's cousin's crib, but we know Ray Ray not there. And the cousin, and she's like, oh my god. And he's like, where the fuck is Ray Ray? Where the fuck is he? And she's like, I don't know. And she's like curling back in the corner, like, I don't know. Just don't kill me. And he's like, fuck. Because he realized she's a kid. So I think even if she was an adult woman, he would have killed her. But the fact that he's like, she a kid, she's scared, I can't kill her. But she just keeps saying, like, I don't know where he went, he's not here. I don't know, he left town. And then he's like, oh. So he was about to walk away, and she's like, is Tariq okay? And he's like, what? And she's like, I just want to know if he's okay. I don't want him to be mad. I don't want him to be mad at me. And then she was like, what's your name? And I can't think what her name is, but she said her name. And again, it's the girl he slept with. And he's like, all right. He puts his gun away. And she's like, I just want to know if he's okay. I don't want him to think it's my fault. I'm just so sorry. I'm just so scared. He's like, sit down. So she sits down. He's like, Tariq was very upset with you. She then said, Ray Ray's my cousin. He took my phone. He called Tariq. I just don't know. I don't know. That's when he told her to sit down. Because he then realized, he kind of put 2 and 2 together and thought Ray Ray must have took her phone to text Tariq to get Tariq to come outside. And that's how Raina ended up getting caught to the crossfire. And when he has her sit down, he's like, look, Tariq was very mad at you. He thinks you set him up. And she's like, no. He took my phone, he took my phone and, I didn't have anything to do with it. And he's like, look, I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to do that. But if you don't start talking, I'm going to have to murder you. I'm just like, okay, Tommy, you going to threaten a girl like that? You got to kill her? So yeah. He said, you need to tell me what's up. So she's like, he left. He's going out of town. But he did say he was making one stop before he left. And she gives Tommy the address where he was going. Tommy then calls Tasha and says, we know who killed Raina. A dirty cop named Ray Ray. So if any cops come to the house, don't let them in. And she's like, why would a dirty cop kill Raina? And he's like, no, he wasn't after Raina. He was after Tariq. And she's like, well, Tariq. No, he's like, he then told her, find out what else Tariq knows. She's like, you know what? No, I'm coming with you guys, because he was saying, I'm going my way to get Ghost. Me and Ghost are going to where Ray Ray is. And she's like, no, I need to come too. And I'm like, bitch, no, you can't. Y'all both can't be gone in the midst of your daughter being murdered. And you need to be looking after the dang on other 2 kids. But she was like, Keisha can watch them right now. I need to leave me with you guys. And he's like, no, stay there, find out what else Tariq knows. And he was like, also, you need to come up with some really good alibis, because we're going to need them. Because again, they're going to kill a cop. And then she was like, Tommy, when you find him, gut his ass. I'm like, okay. That's the same thing I would have said. You know what I'm saying? You kill my daughter, I need you dead 4 or 5 times. You know what I'm saying? Gut him, cut his dick off, like, pull his eyeballs out, like, torture that man. Because you killed a kid. You killed my daughter. And my daughter was actually very fucking innocent. So I would just be like, matter of fact, don't even gut him. Like, cut his legs off and then cauterize the wound and then bring him here and then let me shoot him in the head. That's something, because you killed my daughter. Just, oh my God. So we then see them in the phone conversation, and Tasha is now looking for Tariq to find out what else he knows. So she's like, Tariq, Keisha, you seen Tariq? And she's like, no one's seen Tariq. So it's all these other kids in the house, and I think the other kids who were in the house was kids. I'm like, why do them kids look familiar? I don't know who they were, but they were someone. I'm like, I don't know. And again, but I'm like, well, why is it so many kids in the house? That part I didn't get. I'm like, did Tariq's friends come over? And during a death, people don't come over and be like in there playing video games. I was just confused. You know what I'm saying? But again, I guess it was a thing to see. It was just so much going on just in general. So she gets into Tariq's room with the other kids, and she's like, where's Tariq? And they're like, he's not here, he's gone, he left. And so she panics. She goes to call Ghost's phone. Ghost's phone, of course, no, she goes to the room, to the office to look for her gun. She realized her gun is missing because Tariq then took her damn gun. She then trying to call Ghost, but she can't. She calls Ghost, and of course his phone rings at the house. Why? Because he left it there. And then she pulls out her phone to call someone. She's like, who can she call? So she has a look on her face as in she got an idea, and then she just walks away. We see what Tariq is. Tariq high ass did take his mama gun, and he went to go check Dre ass. Yes, he's trying to check Jay. He pulls the gun on Dre like, where's Ray Ray? And he's like, what the fuck you doing, Reek? I know you know where Ray is. He killed my sister. I have to find him because he killed my sister. And he like, look, I don't know where he is. What you talking about? He like, yes, you do, because you was with them when they kidnapped me. I know you know where they are. So either tell me where I can find him, or I'm telling my dad and my Uncle Tommy everything about how you introduced me to Kanan, how you've been lying, all this stuff, and how you knew where Ray killed my sister and you didn't say shit. So he like, that's your only choice. So Dre like, I was lying for you. I was trying to help you. Man, look, Dre, fuck you. Timmy, you are so cute. You are my baby daddy in real life, but fuck you. You know what I'm saying? You still lying to get your... I can't stand Dre's character. He is total... Oh my God, he's such a fucking snake. But, he does give Tariq an address. Like, look, we're going to be here at this particular time and this address. And I keep thinking, but, how the fuck is Tariq getting around? He ain't got no car. So you out here catching goddamn on Ubers to murder places? Really? Because you can't, I'm assuming you can't walk around New York that fast. I'm not from New York, but I'm just assuming. But whatever. He knows where Ray is. The next thing we see where Tasha went. Tasha actually went to Angela for help. Because I'm like, why the fuck would you, what, really? Angela? Oh, I hate Angela. So, she goes to Angela, asking Angela for help. She's saying Tariq is missing. I need to trace his phone records. So then she tries to call Donovan, and she's like, no police. But I heard before that you clone Ghost's phone. She called a guy who clones phones, and she's like, I need to clone his phone number. And she gives the person Tariq's phone number. So then her and Angela are talking. Her and Tasha are talking. And she's like, what's going on, Tasha? And Tasha's like, Tariq is missing. And she's like, did Tariq accidentally kill Raina, and that's why you're here? Is that why he's missing? Is he scared because he killed his sister? And she's like, what? No, he would never hurt his sister. He loved her. He would never do that. Why would you think that? And she was like, because why else would you be here? Why are you here? And she's like, I just need to find my son. I just need to find him. And the phone then rings, and it's the whole person who she called to get the number. He tells her the location of where it is, and she gives that to Tasha. So she then, as Tasha's leaving, she's like, if Ghost is caught killing the cop, he's gonna go to jail. He's gonna get the death penalty. He's gonna get the lethal injection. She's like, I know. Thank you, Angela. And she leaves. First of all, I would never be keen going to talk to my husband's ex-sad chick. But at the same time, if you're trying to find your child, you would do likely anything. I just fucking hate Angela. You know what I'm saying? I just really, really hate Angela. It was cool that she helped her unofficially, and like it's not in the system that she came to look for help. But they still probably seen her walk in. So yeah. So the next scene, we see Tariq get to the address that Dre gave him. And he tries to get up there. He can't get in, but somebody's walking out. So he walks in as they walk out. So Tariq is walking in. We next see Ghost. He pull up to the goddamn address. As he pull up, he see Tariq getting on the elevator. Tariq! He get out the car. Tariq goes upstairs. He can't get into the building because the building is locked. What does Ghost do? He takes like a chair. Someone that was outside. And he breaks the glass of the window. And he's able to unlock the door from the inside from breaking the window. First of all, I'm like, well, hopefully they ain't got dang on cameras outside because they're going to see you breaking in. So he gets in and he's trying to get upstairs. He's waiting for the elevator, but then it doesn't come. So he takes the stairs. Next, we see Tommy pull up to the goddamn on building. And he also goes in looking for Tariq or Ghost or Ray Ray. So they're all, Tariq is going upstairs. He's in the apartment. He goes to the apartment. He uses his school ID to pick the lock. Why? Because Kanan taught him how to pick locks. He walks in. Next, we see Tasha has now pulled up to the goddamn building. And she knows the building because she sees Ghost's car and she sees Tommy's car. And she gets out and she's looking around because she doesn't know where to go. Remember, she just knows the area where he was. So, Ghost is going up the stairs. Tommy's going up the stairs. Tariq is in there and he finds Ray Ray like going through stuff or whatever. And the house where he is, it's like all this electronic stuff in there, like Mondays, all this stuff. So he walks up behind Ray Ray. He's like, don't move. And he has the gun. He's like, you killed my sister. I can't believe you did it. You deserve to die. And Ray Ray's like, you're not going to kill me. And you came here by yourself. He's like, I'm not by myself. I brought backup. And he's like, bullshit. Your dad, your uncle wouldn't dare let you come here by yourself. So you're not by yourself. You full of shit. You a pussy. Your sister was tougher than you. If you're going to do it, do it. What does he do? Because as he's holding the gun, his arm is shaking. You know what I'm saying? He puts the gun down. He doesn't pull the trigger. And we see Ghost still come upstairs. You see Tommy come up the stairs. They're not coming together. They like at different levels going up the stairs. So he puts his gun, he lowers his gun. And then Ray was like, see, I told you wasn't shit. Ray then reaches for his gun. And then you see Ghost on the stairs. You see Tommy on the stairs. You see Tasha outside. And you hear a gun go off. 2 shots. Bow. Bow. Tasha panics a little bit. She sees where the gunshot flickers. Because when you shoot a gun, light flashes. She sees where the flash comes from, and then she runs to the building because she knows where to go. Tommy and Ghost here, and they're running. They running. They get into the building. We see that Tariq has killed Ray Ray. So that's the part that someone leaked to me online, that Tariq was the one to kill Ray Ray. It was still a satisfying scene for me, regardless that I kind of knew it was coming. It still was good for me. We then see Ghost walk in. Son, oh my God, son, are you okay? You see a little bit of blood on him and everything. He's still holding a gun. He looks over. He sees Ray Ray dead on the ground. Then who walks in? Tommy walks in. The fuck, are you okay? I'm like, God damn, it's a fucking family reunion. Next, we see Tasha walk in. Oh my God, Tariq, you okay? Oh my God, baby, give me my gun. Give me my gun. Because she sees that he killed Ray Ray with her gun. She takes the gun, puts it in her pocket. So Tommy is picking up the casings and everything. Ghost is wrapping the body up in the rug. And she's like, turn your coat inside out. Turn your hoodie inside out and let's go. We have to move because they're trying to hear the police come. So Tommy and Ghost are rolling the rug and they're getting the bodies together. Tasha's telling him what to do, and Tariq has seen it all. He's finally seen his family. That's what his family does. Yes, my mom is involved in bullshit. Yes, my uncle can kill people. He kept asking questions before. Uncle Tommy, have you ever killed someone? Does my dad sell drugs? Was my mom involved? For the first time, he sees it all happening in front of his face. So for him, it was like him growing. You grown now, not grown. You're not a baby anymore. You're not a child anymore. You've seen things. You know what I'm saying? So we see that they're rolling the body up and everything and stuff like that. And Tommy then says, I saw him talking to Dre earlier. They then ask Tariq who told him where to find Ray Ray. He's like, Dre told me. So they like, okay, Dre is behind all this bullshit. So that's the end of that scene of them getting it all together, and they're cleaning the scene up as much as they could in such a short amount of time. So there's a little scene where Sax is talking to the black lady. I can't think what her name is, but the boss. And he's trying to tell her, hey, there's a witness that we have. She can place ghosts at James had Patrick at a crime. She said that she recognized his voice from when her boyfriend was missing, and her boyfriend was never found again. Can you just talk to her? And she's like, okay, where's she? I'll talk to her. And it is the girl who we saw 2 episodes ago who, when she heard his voice on the TV, she got shocked. We also remember her with season 1 when Ghost killed her boyfriend. He let her live, and he said, "Do you understand me?" in Spanish. So it's that same girl saying, "I know some things," and she's come forth to talk. And Saxe is selling this to the black boss because when he tried to talk to Angela about going after Ghost, she ain't for it. So the next thing that we see is Dre meeting with the Ramirez dudes, and no, he's meeting with the priest guy, and he's like, "Look, I want out. I know you killed Julio. I'm done." Basically, Dre like, "You can't listen to," he's like, "Well, who told you that?" Tommy told me. You can't listen to Tommy. Tommy's a crackhead. He's like, "Look, I don't want no beef. I'm just saying this is not what I'm here for. I'm out. I'm done." And Dre then says, "No, you're not." He's sick next to him on the bench, and he stabs him in the heart, and he kills him. He's like, "You just said you was Team Tommy. You gotta die." He kills him. What the fuck? Crazy. The next scene, I'm trying to finish it up because, oh my god, this is so much. Oh my god, this is too much. The next thing that we see is, what is it? Tasha takes Tasha takes Tariq to the house, and she pushes basement, not penthouse. And he's like, "Where we going?" And she's like, "Just be quiet." She takes him to the basement to take the bloody clothes off and burn them and then incinerate everything. She then tells him how to go upstairs and clean himself. She's like, "Go upstairs to my bedroom, take off all your clothes, put them in the bag, don't touch nothing. Then, scrub your nails with a toothbrush, do it 2 or 3 times, scrub. I also need you to get into the shower and, get to the shower and," what did she say? "I need you to get into the shower and," damn it, why am I having a brain freeze? "Oh, get in the shower, clean your whole body from top to bottom, scrub everything. Scrub it till you scrub yourself clean, okay? Clean. And she's basically telling him how to clean his body after killing somebody. I don't know how else to word it. So they show scenes of him doing exactly as she's saying, cleaning his nails with a little toothbrush, taking his clothes off, putting them in the bag. But it's also a scene of him looking in the mirror, and he's looking in the mirror. But it's also a picture of him, Raina, and the third baby, and they look so happy and innocent. And he's looking in the mirror at himself now, and it's like it's 2 different people. That's who you used to be. This is who you are now. Your sister was here. Your sister is dead. This is your new reality. Deal with it. So yeah. We then see, what do we see? Like Tommy and Ghost were doing packing up a bag or something, and then Tommy phone's rings, and he's like, "Ghost, it's for you." We didn't see who was that was calling, but yeah. Next we see all the Ramirez meeting together. Dre walks in. He's like, "I'm gonna new connect." Who was the new connect? The goddamn Jimenez cartel. But they want to discuss something first because they're like, "Look, we knew we were all down for this deal, but we found out that Uriel was killed. The point of this whole new deal was that it would be a smooth transition. And, with him being dead, we can't have that." Dre then, "Oh, that was something different. We had nothing to do with that. But I promise you, everything else from here is going to be smooth. These guys are behind me. I can vouch for them." So they kind of like, "All right, fine, deal. It's a deal. And now Dre is the new connect with the, Dre is the new connect with the Jimenez cartel to all the other premieres. I'm like, oh my god, I hate all y'all. I wish all y'all would just fucking die. And again, like someone says, "Where's Father so-and-so?" Maybe he killed Uriel. And then Dre says he left for a whole different reason, but it wasn't him. Because you murdered him. So the next thing that we see is Angela is at the murder scene of Ray Ray's house, and she's talking to another cop, and the cop is saying, Ray Ray was undercover, he hid himself really well, this is a hiding spot. But I couldn't tell if he was saying that they found out that he was also dirty, or if they were saying that he was still undercover and people, I didn't get that scene a little bit. So, but again, they know that he's missing, that he's dead, because even though the body's missing, there was his blood on the floor. So yeah. So Angela was just like, and Angela's fucking there. Oh my fucking god, she's just every fucking where. And she's like, oh, this is crazy. She then looks and she sees something in the wall, and she's like, what is that? She's like, oh, there's a bullet in there. And I'm pretty sure if you get the bullet, you'll get the ballistic back and you can find a match. Meaning she know the St. Patrick's had something to do with it. And I think she hoped they would have gotten all the evidence, but they didn't. Next, we see two parts left, people. 2 parts left. But with Angela, I just want her to go away. Every time she comes around, some damn evidence for something comes up. Just point blank, it just does, it does, it does. And my thing was, had you not pointed out the goddamn bullet hole, maybe they wouldn't have saw it. You know what I'm saying? Why couldn't you stand there and block the shit? Why would you bring it up and then say, yes, it's a bullet in there, and if you run the ballistics, you'll find the match? Fuck, she gets on my goddamn nerve. So the next thing that we see is Tasha, and she's meeting with Silver, and they're at like dinner or something. And I'm like, you got time to go meet your goddamn lover and your daughter there? Bitch, what? So she sits down and she's like, I need to talk to you. I need to tell you what happened tonight. And he's like, okay. But she's like, but when I tell you, you can't tell anyone. You have to promise me not to say anything. He's like, I got you. That's fine. Because of course, as you know, as he said, I love you, Tasha. She then says, what if someone lost someone? Someone very, very close to them, like a piece of them, a person they share a special bond and connection with. They lose that person. And then they find out who took that person from them. And they go to confront that person. And that when they confront the person, an argument happens and they end up killing the person. What would you tell that person to do? And he was like, I would tell James to get a lawyer. And then she's like, it was me. No, she said it wasn't James. And he's like, what? And she's like, it wasn't James. It was me. I need a lawyer. And then he looks concerned. He looks confused. He's like, what? No, are you serious? And she's like, yeah, I need a lawyer. And then he's like, look, I can either be your lover or your lawyer, but I can't be both. And she kind of looks around. And then she opens her purse and she gives him a check. And she says, can you take my case? Meaning, bitch, I don't need your dick. I need a fucking lawyer. I need you to get me off for this if I go to jail. So basically, because she know Tariq used her gun, she's like, if it comes down to it, they had my gun when they arrested Ghost. They know it's my gun, and I wouldn't want my son to go to jail for it. So I'm going to probably need a lawyer. So they don't show his response, but she gave him a check, and it is what it is. The last scene we see is Ghost in a car, and he sees Dre walk out with the Jimenez cartel, and he's like, fuck, he's with the Jimenez, now we can't just murder him right here. And I'm like, him and Tommy in the car talking or whatever, he's like, fuck, we're gonna need more men, we're gonna need more time, we're gonna need a plan. Then we hear a voice say, I have some men. And the goddamn camera zooms in, and it's Kanan sitting in the back seat. And then Ghost says, that won't be enough. We're going to need more than that. Zoom over to the driver's seat, and we see Tommy. And Tommy's saying, I got some more men. I think we'll be good. And then they're like, all right, how about some Italian? And then Ghost, Tommy, and Kanan, the goddamn read out of Three Musketeers, pulls off in Tommy's car, which still has the fucking tracker under it. God dang it, Tommy, get your car checked for the goddamn on thing. And they pull off, and then the episode goes off. My thing was, this was a very good episode, even with the spoilers. Even if you saw clips of spoilers, the episode in full was very fucking well done, which is why this review is a fucking hour. And it's going to probably be like an hour and 5 minutes, an hour and 6 minutes, because so much happened. Very good episode. I can honestly say that I am happy. Not happy. I am acceptable to a Tommy, Ghost, and Kanan collaboration, solely because Kanan is no longer such an asshole and out to get Ghost, out to get Tommy, and sneaking on shit behind their back. That was the reason why I did not like Kanan's character. If they can all bury the hatchet and learn to be who they were, with Kanan knowing you can't want to burn down everything and to just say fuck whatever, take what we can get and fuck who gets in our way. There's a way to do things where no one gets caught doing things. So I'm here for the brotherhood of the Tommy, Ghost, Kanan, Ghost, Tommy, Ghost, Kanan, Tommy situation. You know what I'm saying? However that goes down, I'm here for it. I was a little bit disappointed that they did not at least have a funeral for Raina in this episode, because my thing is, if you come back in the next episode and you still have to bury her, I feel like that should have really been done this season. I feel like if you're going to kill her character off, let her character be done in this season, because you killed her. And then if we go into season 5 and you never have a funeral scene, I think that's crazy. So that part for me was a little whatever. But I am happy about today's episode. Can't wait for season 5, as I said before. So I'm gonna wrap this shit up because it's 3 o'clock in the fucking morning and Mama is sleepy. It's gonna take a minute for this video to upload. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it's not too long for you. I hope you enjoyed the whole video. This will probably be my longest video ever.